It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. There we go. There we go. All right. Satan is busy there. What happened with my live shot there? There we go. All right, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime, Geno Jones Showtime. We're coming to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 in Chicago Central Time, 3:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles. Tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show channel. Subscribe and share, screen grab, rip some of the video, like, binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by City Vibes Bar and Lounge, the ultimate adult night spot, 9730 Dorchester Road here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. Shout out to Corey and Kenya Williams, the owners, CEOs of City Vibes. So Friday, Saturday, some of the baddest, hottest DJs in the Low Country. Sunday, an all-day Sunday brunch, fabulous food, drink, fun, you name it. Follow City Vibes, VIBES, on Facebook. Let's see, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And the Geno Jones Show brought to you by my dear friend, Mr. Kendrick Bannister. We are talking about the Crate Group, one of the top nonprofits in America. They've been doing work in the community, just all throughout South Carolina, and just been doing good, supporting from the youth to adults and elderly, you name it, and everybody and everything in between for over 3 decades. You can follow the Crate Group on Facebook, CRATE, or you can just do a search on whatever your search engine is, be it Google search, or Microsoft, whatever. The Crate Group. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, because it's Friday, it's the weekend, shout out, it's not just the weekend, Friday, it is a St. Patrick's Day weekend. St. Patrick's Day is on Monday, so shout out to all my Irish brothers and sisters and those who are Irish at heart, getting your party, getting your drink on, doing your thing, just do it responsibly and all of that. So this week, man, the monologues have been fire. We've been ethering everybody from Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith and Charlemagne to the Muskrat and Orange Hitler and everybody in between with the nonsense. So if you missed any monologue, go back and check it out. Also, it is so important that we support Black-owned media. I've had people reach out to me once again. I am less than, probably about 200, roughly, I'm rounding off about 260 new subscribers away from becoming a YouTube partner. That means my media company will get a monthly income, like a monthly check from YouTube. So you see what happened to Joy Reid at MSNBC, Lester Holt on NBC. So I used to work with Lester in Chicago, so we used to joke that Lester was like he was the whitest black dude in America. Lester was just straight-laced dude, you know, he was just, hey, he was always, like, if you saw the movie Anchorman, if Anchorman had a suntan, he would be Lester Holt. I mean, just, you know, he was just all news all the time. But it doesn't matter. So it's so important that we support Black-owned media and platforms like this. So if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, I'd love to have you. Reach out to me, my Gmail, GenoJonesShow@gmail, and I'll send you all the information on how to be a sponsor. Leave me a contact phone number. I'll reach out to you, or you can reach out to me because some individuals said, Geno, we'd like to make a weekly contribution or once a month or whatever. We love the show. We love the energy of the show. We love what the show stands for. Just using the entertainment and humor to educate and inform and enlighten and inspire and all that, and speaking truth to power, because we're living in those kind of times. So you can Zelle me if you'd like to make a contribution, or if you'd like to just a donation to my media company and support what we are doing here to help my media company grow even more. Geno Jones, that's how you spell it. Just do a search on Zelle, Geno Jones, and then you can just type in my area code, 843, or you can Cash App, $, capital D, lowercase A-D, capital G, capital Jones. That's $ Dad G Jones. That's on Cash App. Now, so once again, I was telling you about the Crate Group, one of the big sponsors of the show. They've been supporting the show for a while now, and I can't thank them enough. And Brother Bannister, Brother Al, as we call him, Mr. Bannister, the CEO of the Crate Group. And he is always, like I said, the work that he and his nonprofit and his team, they have been doing for 30 years, just supporting all types of organizations and people of all ages, young people, old people. So about 2 weeks ago, he said, Geno, there's some people I want to bring on. There's a woman, a sister named Crystal Pringle, and there's a young man that she works with. I believe he said it was a gospel theme artist named Yahweh's Son. Talented young man. We'd love to platform him and Crystal on your show. So Brother Al knows he's family. So I say less. Here we are. There you see, rocking is that a Notre Dame cap?
What's up, Geno?
Wait, hold on. Wait, what are you doing with a Notre Dame cap on?
Hey, so normally I'm doing Morehouse, right? You know that, right? You know that. But Notre Dame gave my daughter a full ride. My second oldest daughter, she graduated from Notre Dame. So
really,
in the spirit of the Irish, hey.
And it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. So what year did she graduate?
She graduated 2 years ago, man. Full ride. She does international business by way through China and back up in Boston. She does very well for herself. Hey, I don't tell it all, man, but Notre Dame has given us a full ride, and she did well for herself. So this weekend, I'm Irish, man, because they paid for it.
Yeah, they did. It didn't come free. I can't give that. So a quick funny story. So Notre Dame is in a city, South Bend, Indiana, which is
South Bend, baby.
Which is maybe 2 hours southeast of Chicago. As a matter of fact, if you live in Chicago and if you live on the lake like I did, literally, if you could draw a straight line or could take a boat just in a straight line directly across from Chicago, when you got to the other side of Lake Michigan, you would be in South Bend, Indiana. As a matter of fact, a lot of the local Chicago TV stations, people pick up in South Bend, Indiana. So, but for many years, now I'm going old school, Brother Bannister. So for many years, Notre Dame's football team, they had a reputation that they would not recruit brothers, especially from the city that played in the public league. So, folks from, it's different now, but just dating myself, if you like maybe 50 plus, you maybe even so much, because once Lou Holtz got there, he kind of threw all that foolishness out the window. But back in the day, Notre Dame, they had a reputation, man, they were racist. They didn't want to mess with no brothers, let alone sisters. So, growing up, if you were old school growing up in Chicago as a brother, you wasn't really messing with Notre Dame like that. But obviously the administration changed. So shout out to Notre Dame. You took care of my family. That free, y'all paid for that shout out. So listen, you all can support black-owned media too. So the folks at Notre Dame, holler at your man. Listen, if you're good enough for Brother Bannister, you're good enough for the Geno Jones Show. That's just funny. So, all right. So, Kendrick, I want you to, do a little deeper dive. You were telling me about Crystal and our young brother there, Brother Yahweh's Son. So you can introduce them. You can kind of tell the origin story on how they came across your radar, and then they can kind of tell us their origin story.
Hey, love, man. First of all, giving up to Mama Jones. Hey, Mama. Hey, we got love for you down south, so we taking care of your boy.
She's smiling. That made her feel, because she was a little under the weather the last couple of days, so you made her day. So thank you.
Hey, well, definitely, Mama Jones, we got much love for you. We're praying for you. Thank you for all you do. And thank you for this wonderful host of a man, Geno, for being in our lives. Geno, like always, man, we're the hub of all tangible resources. We're here to matriculate anything possible in anyone's life for it to be a better opportunity. And I've been knowing Miss Pringle for all of her life, and I've watched her really just groom. She's grooming her community. We're from a small town called Ridgeville. We country people. One of my top things that I always say is, you know, I'm a, I'm from a single mom, from a single wide trailer, from a single dirt road. It is what it is. I come from humble beginnings. Crystal just as. And right now we having a big gun violence problem in that area.
Mm.
And Crystal has took the whole town on her back right now. She's doing impromptu just town hall meetings and just opening up the doors for the youth to come in and say, pour your heart out. Tell me what I can do to help you. The thing about it is, um, she hasn't she don't have all the resources. But the biggest thing she's done is she was opening up the door. She started the conversation. So I was pleased to go to an event she did at a local church. Pastor Reverend Johnny B. Capers, Favor Ministries, and sitting in the back. What she did, she brought in a bunch of personnel who's had some criminal activity in their life, and they just told their truth. And there was a no judgment zone, open type forum. And in the mix of it, she said, well, can you say something, Mr. Bannister? And when I got up, I just really did a question and answer type thing, not to take away from anybody else who's doing anything. And doing that, the young musician that we have with us tonight, he asked, he said, so what can you do to help me? Like, I want to get out there. I want to get some platforms. I want to be seen. And we're here today because he asked. He utilized his voice and said, I need help. I want to get on a platform. And I said, I got platforms. Let's make it happen. I'll make some phone calls. And normally when a young person asks someone something, they never come through. And so I'm
Mm.
proud of you for making this opportunity for both of them today to be on a platform and a national syndicated platform so that they can, have their voices heard. Um, Now, Crystal's a little under the weather, so she gets the coughing and so forth. I'll take over from her, but I definitely want her to tell her it, and then Yahweh, I want him to tell his it. Now, his story before his testimony to get to where he is today, I want everybody to take a sound bite of this here and play this here back across every media outlet that we have because it's only God that has done this.
Wow.
So I introduce to you those tangible resources that I always tell you that the Cribbers we're so motivated about. Miss Crystal Pringle.
So, Ms. Pringle, welcome. Now, full disclosure for everybody that's
Hello.
watching, let me just say this, or maybe Chris, maybe some of your fans or your kinfolk are watching. They're like, wait a minute, what? Where's my sister, my niece, my daughter? That's my cousin, my auntie. How come we don't see her pretty face? So,
Right.
we just running that disclaimer. We weren't able to get the video, but your story was so important that we wanted to make sure that you still had a platform and that we could hear your voice because that's the most important thing, that your voice is given the power and the platform to share your origin story and about the great work that you're doing in your town there. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Geno, and thank you, Mr. Bannister. So I am Crystal Pringle. I am a little under the weather, as Al said, but I am a native of Ridgeville. I came up with this group called Voices of Change, and it's basically my way of calling out for help in our community to save our young men and women. As Al stated, we did have our first open floor forum, was basically a panel discussion. It was a no judgment zone, as he stated as well, to whereas the young people were able to share their stories of struggle, hope, and triumph. Um, and it turned out absolutely amazing for the first event. Al actually showed up. I slid him on in there as well. And basically, we are here. But Mr. Keith Burgess as well, I actually met him on that same day, March 1st, as a spoken rap artist. And he was just absolutely amazing. And that's how we got to this point.
So, Crystal, if you don't mind, what's the name of your organization, and how long have you been doing this work? You kind of explained the
So,
origin
Geno,
story and what inspired you, but give us, if you don't mind, in a little deeper dive, a little more depth. Tell us some more about your organization and the work you're doing.
Geno, this actually is not an organization. This actually is God doing His work. I
Wow.
like to call this my assignment. Honestly, um, within the last 2.5 years, as Al stated, we had a crime spurt in Berkeley County, Berkeley Dorchester County line, and it actually hit home. I don't know if you guys remember with the little 16-year-old, which were family, um, as well as some other victims. So at that point, I just had reached. It was my a point like something has to be done instead of everyone just talking about it. Like no, something really has to be done. I know majority of these young people in this area, so why not I just be the one? They call all of them call me auntie, or some of them call me mama. So why not I take the initiative? And that's just how that came about.
How long have you been doing this work now?
I listen. March 1st was the first time.
Okay.
So, so
Yes.
Gino, let me highlight this. So she's a product of the community. So now what has happened is there's a lot of death, man. These young kids are just taking each other out left and right. So, and I'm gonna be a little graphic because I want you to truly get the true essence of what's going on. It was not even 6 months ago, where right there in that community, where someone came in at a setting up of a grandmother's
Mm,
funeral setting up. They came in the house and killed the person at the setup.
mm,
So it's that raw. Just about a month ago, another young 16-year-old got shot in the head. This is
mhm.
Ridgeville, man. We're not in New York. We're not in Chicago. This is the substance of where we come from. And so she don't have an actual organization. The crate now is working with her with getting a 501c3 and getting her where she want to be at down the line. But then the humility of her is saying, I don't even need all that. I just want help for my people. And that's what the
Okay.
crate is doing now. We formed this infrastructure because one of the things that was asked of me when we was doing the question panel, well, we can't get jobs because we already got records. And I said, I
Mhm.
hire you right now, and if you can pass a drug test, Gino, you've already did a tour on the shipyard. You
Yes.
know where I'm at. So a lot of people
Yes.
don't even know what I truly do to pay my bills. But if I can help you, that's the best thing that I possibly could do. So, but here's the thing: I don't want to hinder you also. So Crystal and
Right.
I came up with this concept. Well, let's do infrastructure. So starting March 29th, remember now, this all started March 1st.
Wow.
So on March 29th, we're going to have our first actual Crate Academy Imagine Greatness Voices of Change workshop. So I have South Carolina Community Minority Affairs coming, South Carolina Department of Mental Health, Second Resource Center, who is a program actually appointed by the governor himself, South Carolina Department of Corrections coming, Sharika Myers, Everyone Voice Matters, my twin, she'll be there. I've gotten the Mario Association. I got Burgess from North Charleston. I got Mayor Dickinson from Lincolnville. I got Mayor Hughes from Ridgeville, and the mayor from Somerville. So we have all of that going on right now, and so all this happening in 30 days.
Wow.
So what's going to happen on the 29th? We're gonna have a no judgment zone. Come in. We're gonna meet them where they're at. Find out who has a GED. Find out who has a diploma. Find out who wants to be a CDL driver. Oh, Mills, our girl, our in-house girl, Mills, she's gonna be there with CDL talking. She's gonna offer scholarships for CDLs. We got real estate
Carissa, you
companies.
talking about Carissa with CM Transportation? Okay.
She's gonna be there. She's gonna be there, and that's a connect from you. You link me up with her. You know what I'm saying? So what people got to understand is a coined phrase that I get from a good friend of mine. We all we got, but we all we need.
That is true. So and that's going to be March 29th. That's a Sunday.
29th, that's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Okay.
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay,
11,
my bad. 29th.
11,
Okay.
11 o'clock. And to everybody, it's 11 o'clock sharp. You come in after 11 o'clock, we're not even going to open the doors. Because once you get the thing is changing the mindset. Geno, and I know we can get to Yahweh real quick. Let me tell you something, Geno. These young people are going to the graveyard every day to be with their transition already homies.
Mm-hmm.
That's trauma, man.
Yeah. Yes.
That's trauma. But then if you don't know that you're having a traumatic experience, how can you heal from it?
Yeah. That's true.
So what we're going to do is just pretty much illuminate every aspect we can do to help. And this is from ages 16 to 30. And this is an open call.
And now give us, where this is going to be, Al, it's important. And to get in, I'm sure it's probably not a cost, but people, do they need to go online and register? But if they don't have access to internet or Wi-Fi, is there another way for them to register or sign up?
We do want to RSVP so we kind of know what we're doing with. Definitely check my social media out and then go to my website, www.thecrategroup.org.
Okay.
Social media, The Crate on
Facebook. Okay.
And then from there, but technically it's going to be 11 o'clock at Favor Ministries Church in Ridgeville, South Carolina.
Okay.
Crystal, what's the address there?
The address is 1116 Old Gilliard Road, Ridgeville.
Give us that address again, Crystal, if you don't mind.
The address is 1116 Old Gilliard Road, Ridgeville, South Carolina, 29472.
And what's the name of the church?
Favor Ministries.
Beautiful.
And it's Apostle Johnny B. Capers.
Apostle Capers, wonderful. So, Brother Yahweh, you've been patient.
We definitely want to thank Apostle Capers for opening up these doors for this community and standing in the gap.
Thank you, Apostle Capers. And for those who may not be in the area, so Ridgeville is a community just outside of the city limits of Charleston, just northwest, northwest of like downtown Charleston. Before I bring in this talented young brother who's got this a powerful, incredible story, Chris, I would just want to ask you one last thing. Along of being blessed with having the force of nature, like Brother Kendrick there, Bannister, and the Crate Group working with you and beside you and behind you, what is the ask? What is your ask for the community? Just the greater Ridgeville, Charleston, South Carolina community, and the state of South Carolina, and nationwide, because a great thing about YouTube, this show is global. People can see it all over. And like Brother Kendrick said, yes, we're all we got, but the truth is we're all we need when we come together. So what is your ask, specific ask, to really help you complete or just fulfill your assignment?
I can think of one word, and that one word would be solution. To help these young men and women find the solution. Come with trying to help find the solution.
All right, there you go. So come on the 29th, come with some solutions, and come with some solutions, some cash to donate and support what they're doing. And let me introduce Brother Yahweh's son. That's his performer's name. Brother Yahweh, thank you for coming on, for being patient. I want you just to start off, man, and kind of just tell us your story, your origin story, and your journey to where you are now.
Okay, my real name is Keith Burgess. I am originally from Kings Creek, South Carolina, in a small town, much like Ridgeville. And over there we have some of the same problems that's happening in Ridgeville now. There's a lot of shooting and killing. But yeah, I'm from Kings Creek, South Carolina. I'm married, father of 4 kids, and and man, this journey was, man, it was rough, but I tell you what, I wouldn't change it for the world because it made me who I am today. And to make a long story short, I grew up in the church with my mother and father. My father was a pastor. You know what I'm saying? So they paved the way for me. But as I got older, I wanted to do things my own way. Clubbing and smoking and drinking. Wanted to join gangs, fighting, stuff like that. But all that changed in one night. All that changed in one night, and on this particular night, I was smoking and doing drugs, and come to find out, someone laced my drugs.
Mm.
Someone laced my marijuana, and so when, behind that, I had to get lung surgery. I had to get eye surgery, lymph node surgery.
Mm.
I was in the hospital for about at least 3 or 4 months. I was taking physical therapy to walk again, to strengthen myself. And then after I got out the hospital, I had to drain my lungs every day with a container about this big, and every day it was brown, yucky stuff coming out my lungs every day, and it hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I had to drain my lungs every day and take care of myself and clean myself. As a young man. But
How old were you when this happened, Yahweh?
I was 25,
Wow.
25 years old.
Was
But
this
they found
somebody
out
that was this somebody that you knew or you thought you trusted that
yeah,
laced it with some kind of chemical or something?
I believe so, but I'm not sure because I was smoking and drinking everybody, not really paying attention. But
Mm.
but but after all this stuff happened, everything changed when I was in the ICU. I was in ICU and I believe I died and seen a glimpse of hell. I
Mm.
died and seen a glimpse of hell, and what I seen, it was a pitch black darkness. Everything was all black,
Mm.
and all I could see in front of me was thousands of demons running at me to come get me.
Wow.
Like thousands of demons, I couldn't even count them, and they was coming so fast. So something told me to get on your knees and pray. So I got on my knees and I prayed, and God snatched me out of that thing. You know what I'm saying? He snatched
Wow.
me out, and then from that day forward, I decided to give my life to Christ. And I am where I am now, doing Christian rap. I always had a gift to rap, but now I'm just doing it for the Lord.
So do you write and produce your own music and you tell us some more about your career. You have a current single out or maybe an EP. You perform live. So tell us about the Yahweh Son as we see you from Keith to Yahweh where you are now.
Okay, so y'all can find me on I'm on Apple Music, Spotify. I'm on all the digital platforms as Yahweh Son. That is
Okay.
YahWehSon. I'm on all digital platforms, and I'm with my ministry, a real called No Blemish Ministry. No Blemish Ministry. That's on YouTube. Find us anywhere, and
Good.
uh, they're from Texas, so I'm down here, but they're in Texas, so we travel to different churches, rapping and preaching the gospel, and we got an upcoming show in Colorado on April 5th
Good.
in Colorado, in Springs, Colorado, and we just it's not for form or fashion, it's not for money, it's just to save souls because a lot of people don't believe that time is winding up and that Jesus is coming back soon. So it's to save souls and bring the young people to Christ as well as the old. You know what I'm saying? Because this music out here is really it's really messing up the young people's minds, you know. But the thing is, they don't really understand what's going on. You know, it's really music has a big influence on our minds and
Yes,
our
it does.
behavior and our actions.
Absolutely.
So that's why we try to put positive music in the ears and the minds of the kids and the adults, you know, so we can have a better world because music is the only thing that doesn't need permission to get into your soul, no matter what it is, good or bad. It doesn't need permission. It's gonna automatically get into your ears and
Yes,
into your soul.
you're right.
And next thing you know, you're bobbing your head. You
You
don't even know.
you are so right. Right. I love the way you frame that. That's so true. I've done TV and radio. I got #1 radio show here. This week marked the 20th year. It's like 20th year anniversary, if you want to call it that. That I've been on the radio here in Charleston. So, do you write? Are you a songwriter too? Do you play? Do you produce? Or are you working with a group? Do you guys have the name of a group, or you just, or maybe you're doing that and doing your solo project? Tell us some more about the music.
Okay, so I have right now I have a single out called Hands on Fire. It's on all digital platforms. It's on YouTube. Type in No Blemish Ministry. That's the name of my ministry. It's I believe it's 7 of us. A shout out to my guys in Texas. Gospel Ready, Crash Music, my boy Rudy Roo, Sister Tamika, Jeremy. It's just a family just coming together to bring Christ to the world. I got a new thing called Hands on Fire. Y'all check that out on all digital platforms, man. And I
And
have
what slow down? What's the name of it? I want people to hear it so they can go and download it and check it out. What's the name of it again?
my new thing is called Hands on Fire.
Okay. Is there a video for it? Can they find it here on YouTube or maybe on your social media platforms?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Find it. Just go to YouTube, type in No Blemish Ministry, and you it should pop up automatically.
Right.
It's called Hands on Fire, man. It's on all digital platforms. It's about my me spending time with God in prayer. It's about the things He's revealing to me. It's powerful, man. And after that, I have a EP coming out called Acceptable in Thy Sight. And it's dropping sometime in probably April. But I'll get back with y'all on that.
We'll do that. Because you got a permanent home here on this platform. Speaking of platforms, I just want you to put the information out. So is it Yahweh? That's YAWEH, I guess apostrophe S, Yahweh's Son. The platforms. So where you are, Facebook, Instagram, maybe TikTok, Blue Sky, fan base, which is Isaac Hayes' son. He's got his own platform like Instagram or Facebook. So yeah, let us know all the platforms you're on.
I'm on Instagram as Yahweh Son Official. But a lot of people get spelling of Yahweh confused. It's YAHWEHSON. That's Instagram. It's Yahweh Son Official. And on Facebook, I'm just plain old Keith Burgess.
Okay.
So, my real name.
Gotcha.
And, that's about all I got. I don't really have all the other ones,
Okay.
But yeah.
Hey, Geno, if I can interject right now.
Sure.
Hey, Keith, man, beautiful seeing you, man. This
Yes,
young
sir.
brother he spoke out, in that meeting we had that day, and we were sitting there, and he just looked at me. He said, "Hey, what can you do to help me?" And I throw your name out there quick, Geno. I said, "Hey, man, I know Geno Jones,
Yes,
So,
sir.
Well, that's beautiful. Well, you know what, Brother Kendrick, I'm glad that you said that, and I want to pick up on something that you said in terms of help. So, Brother Yahweh, you represent, because you're still in your 20s, I'm assuming now, right? Still in your 20s?
No, sir.
Early 30s? Well, you still got, hey, you look young. They say black don't crack. But still, you represent the millennial Gen Z, demographic age group. And you are in communication, with brothers, that's in their 20s, brothers who, had a background, who maybe are still trying to find themselves, out there in these streets. So I want to ask you something that I asked Crystal, but we want to hear your perspective. What is the ask that young men, young people, young black people, but specifically young black men, because at times I know there's a significant number of black men, especially young black men, that feel like they're forgotten about, that we don't listen to them, that we kind of just throw them away. So please speak to that. And what do you think? What is the ask that we as a culture and as a community? What is you all's ask for us, people like Brother Kendrick and myself and Sister Crystal?
Man, I'm just, from my perspective, man, we just asking for somebody just to be there for us and listen, because it's like I probably did some of the same things they're doing now, selling drugs and doing all this stuff, but all we needed was guidance. We just needed someone. We just needed someone to be there and be like, hey, man, don't go that way. Come this way, because I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? So all the black men nowadays, they're just so confused with. They think the streets love them, but the streets don't. It always can be two things: either jail or death.
That's it.
I've been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? So a real man follows God. That's what a real man does. A real man don't follow the street. A real man follows God and raises his family. You know what I'm saying?
That part, yes.
That's the real men do. So man, we just asking for guidance and just someone to be there for us,
And let me ask you one more question, Brother Yahweh, and I think this will be important for, especially for brothers and older sisters too. I want you to go back to Keith before Yahweh, and I want you to kind of give us, some of the older brothers in the community, some of the elders, some, as they say, put us up on game. How could we reach Keith from 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago? Because we got forces outside the culture and the community pitting us against black men against black women, the elders against the youth, and the youth is like, man, you can't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear anything. So if we are running up against that resistance, or just like you can't tell me nothing, is there something, some advice or some guidance that you would give some of the older brothers and sisters to reach brothers who are where you were when you were Keith, out there in the streets doing what you were doing?
And Mr. Geno, man, the answer is very simple. Just love. It's just love. You just gotta show them real, genuine love and show them that you care, because that's what most of the young people are missing.
What does that love look like for that generation? Explain to us, give us, what does that look like?
Man, it's like calling their phone. Hey, man, how you doing, brother? Hey, let's go get something to eat and talk. Let's go fishing, man. Let's go catch some fish. Taking them away from that environment that causes so much danger and put stress and anxiety on their mind. Sometimes you got to take them away from that. You won't be able to do it all the time, because they're gonna always have little resistance for them,
Mm-hmm.
But call them, check on them. You're like, hey man, come over here, man. Let's go to the store, man. They go shopping, stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's watch the game. Come on. Let's watch the game. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I got you.
Yes. Taking them away from that street mindset,
Oh, Montezie.
I love it. Kendrick, I think that was brilliant. I think that was so important, and I hope that we're listening, and people get a chance to play this back. But Crystal, Kendrick and Crystal, I think what he said, and I was intentional, because a lot of times, those of us who have lived and have got some birthdays under our belt, sometimes we feel we got all the answers. But my grandfather used to teach me that you can learn something from a newborn baby. So I think it's important that, nobody has all the answers. And yes, Brother Kendrick and Crystal, yes, we have wisdom, but there's still a perspective that these young people have, and it's important that we not just hear them, but we have to listen to them and really process that. It's like, I'll just use a quick example, Crystal, with my wife. For a long time, my goal was I was trying to love her the way I felt that a man should love a woman. And it took it, and with my mother's help, because she would say, Jeannie, you can't be right all the time. It can't always be your way. She said, when she taught me how to love my wife, not the way I wanted to do it or how I perceived a man. She said, learn to love her the way that she wants to be loved, which had never hit me. That I had never even thought about that. But when my mother told, it was like the light bulb. I was like, oh, wow, that's different.
Right.
So I think, we need to listen. That's why I wanted Brother Yahweh to share with us, what is that love for these, what are these, brothers, even though they may be out in the streets looking, acting tough, are out here committing violence, but that's pain. That behavior, they are manifesting some trauma and pain and fear that they're dealing with. So how do we help them heal? And how do we, as you said, Kendrick, how do we meet them where they are? So, Brother Yahweh, thank you for educating us and just giving us an example of what that love, because the dictionary says love is a noun, but in reality, love is a verb. It is an action word. So that's why I wanted you to explain to us, in the form of a verb, what does that love look like to these young brothers and sisters out there?
Mr. Geno, it's like you really got to show them unconditional love. Like, no matter what they do or did or what they're doing, you still have to show them love.
Right, and that doesn't mean, and this is important, that doesn't mean condoning bad behavior.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. Because that love can mean telling you, and it does. Yeah. If I love you, I'm gonna tell you not what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, even if you don't want to hear it. Because we all need somebody that can save us from ourselves.
Right.
But if a person knows that you love them organically and they know that you really genuinely care about them as a human, even though they may not want to hear it and they may not receive it in that moment, they'll be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. But maybe when they get alone, and maybe, Brother Yahweh, you can attest to this, when they're by themselves and they start to reflect, and then they can hear that voice, they'll be like, damn, Brother Kendrick was right. I wasn't trying to hear that, but yeah, he's right. Maybe I need to check myself before I wreck myself.
Exactly.
Hey, Geno, I do want to add also, anybody in the local area on May 3rd, the Crate Group and Gullah Harambe will be bridging the gap with the town of Lincolnville. We're doing a May Day festival from 10 o'clock that morning to 5 o'clock. And Yahweh's son will be on center stage around 2 o'clock, giving us God's word through his messaging of rap. So anybody local is free to the whole community. There's going to be vendors out there, food trucks. We're like doing a whole big block party on May 3rd from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock that day. And all this came about because he said, I like to get a platform. He used his voice to ask for help. And I want to thank you, Geno, for being that outlet for us. In Black America right now, with what we're going through, it's very important for us to have Black media. So I thank you for standing the gap for us.
Oh, brother, no, I thank you, because you've been, trust me, folks is watching this show, they don't, trust me, y'all just don't understand. This brother has been way more of a blessing to me than I have to him. So I listen, God don't make no mistakes. So Crystal, listen, we want to give you the last word. You were doing this work, literally you were doing it solo, but what you need to understand, and I'm sure you do, but you are not alone. All right, you're not alone. Collective, we as Black men, we love Black women. We're gonna support you. We got your back, and we're gonna be here for you, regardless of whatever foolishness that people see on social media. The enemy wants us to think that we are enemies, because the enemy is afraid, and they know the power that especially that we have together. When we come
Yes.
together like the Avengers, as I say, if you punch somebody with your fingers open like that, you will break a finger. But man, when you bring those fingers together and form a fist, there's a lot of power. So,
Yes.
and I can tell you have a humble spirit, but now is not the time to be humble, and now is not the time to hesitate to ask for help, because you are allowing yourself to do something that I kind of did by, well, I would say initially accident, but as my mother says, who's watching, God don't make no mistakes. You are allowing God to use you as a vessel to be a blessing
Yes.
to these young people. So then you should not hesitate if there's any final ask, just individually, in terms of whatever kind of support, even if it's volunteers, people in your Ridgeville community or surrounding community, or just the general Charleston metro area or the Carolinas or whatever. If there's anything short term you can think of, or maybe long term, uh, now's the time to let us know. Tell us what you need. To tell us what you need to complete outside of what you initially said. If you want to be specific, and give us give us some action steps on what we can do to help you, because it's it's not a solo project. If we really understand our culture back on the motherland continent, we were always about community, and the whole that's what a phrase, it takes a village to raise a child. We were always about community. We just got colonized and brought over here, and then kind of got brainwashed with a whole different selfish ideology. That's a whole different monologue. But in closing, please feel free to put the ask out to the community and the culture, so we can be vessels like you to bless young brothers and sisters like Brother Yahweh. So you've got the floor.
Well, as of right now, Gino, I just ask that everyone who is able and available to attend on March 29th, 11 a.m., that's Saturday, please meet us at Favor Ministry, 1116 Old Gilliard Road, Ridgeville, South Carolina, 29472. Any, we do have two vendors uh, coming out that will be serving food, Irresistible Eats and Miss T's. As this grows bigger, because fingers crossed, with the help of Al and you, Mr. Gino, I can very well see that this is it's going to get there. It's getting bigger. Um, we'll just go with the flow as it grows.
So business owners, all you food truck vendors, there's a lot of black food truck vendors out there. Those who may have businesses, or maybe you may be in the corporate arena, but be in a position to where you can, provide some
Know how to
opportunity
speak.
for these young people. Reach out to, so Crystal, you want them to contact you individually, or brother Bannister, Kendrick, should they contact you, food vendors, additional food trucks, and some other vendors that want to come out and support the event on March 29th?
I believe both of our numbers are on there, Al. You actually have it posted on your Facebook. The flyer that's on there, my number is actually on there as well.
So
Okay.
yeah,
But
what we want to do is anybody that wants to be a love partner to this organization and this concept, definitely, if it's a financial donation, reach out to the crate so you can get a tax credit on it, because she doesn't have a 501c yet. If it's as far as you want to do vendoring and so forth from that point, just reach out to us. We get this question, why Ridgeville? And Crystal and I laughed about this other day. We're from Ridgeville, so why not do something in your hometown? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So then we end off with we all we got, but we truly all we need. So we're really asking the Dorchester, Berkeley County, that Charleston, that Tri-County area, we're asking everybody to quit looking. Come out and be part of it. There's nothing special in what we're doing. We're truly just loving the hell out of each other and making sure our kids know that we truly care. Like Yahweh say, you got two ways to get out of this thing here from the way that they're going. That's jail or death. So our goal is to get you another opportunity so you don't go those two virtues.
Right.
As
We
simple as that.
we want to give you, not just give you life. Your the your parents and the woman that brought you into the world. She gave you life along with whoever your biological father is. But we want to give you whatever the tools and resources and guidance is, so you can live your best life and be the best version of yourself.
Right.
And you know what, Gino? I'm going to solicit this here right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to meet a family, and I'm going to be very respectful with not giving any names, but it's in the West Ashley area.
Okay.
And I'm asking your audience, your national audience, to give prayer. We have
Man, man.
a grandmother who is calling in for their grandson and pretty much saying we need help. And as we know, prayer can change anything. So as I
Amen.
walk into this family tomorrow, I'm asking for your audience to actually start now praying for change for this family, because we all we got.
Yeah.
But again, we all we need. I
Okay.
thank you.
Well, we'll respect the privacy factor, but I just want you to know that, yeah. Now I might be biased, but I lived with I've seen it. I mean, I've been living on my own for a while, but I still see it and feel it when I talk to it. But you got the ultimate prayer warrior with Mary Dixon in the chat room, my mom. So you got one hell of a. I tell people, I know God, He hears all of our prayers, but at some people, I think they got like his personal line. They don't have to go. They ain't got to go through the receptionist or an assistant. And sometimes some folks, God may pick up on that second or third ring, but when God sees Mary Dixon on that call ID, the phone don't even ring. He pick it up and she praying. I know my mother's laughing right now, but yes. So definitely, all those who are watching, we'll just lift this young man and his family, and all the young people, young men, young women, and families that are in times of trouble and in turmoil. So thank you, Kendrick, for that. So, all right, brother Yahweh, listen, thank you, man, thank you.
Yes,
Just thank you for uh, thank you for allowing yourself to be a vessel and to share your story, because this probably a young brother or sister who was on the path that you were on, or maybe on that path right now, and maybe something that you said that can save their life, or you've given Kendrick and Crystal and myself some guidance to where, maybe that kid in the neighborhood that we've seen, it's like, okay, hey, young fella, young sister, hey, how you doing? Yeah, you good? No, you really good. Just, like you said, open up that dialogue, because when people, and especially young people, but this really applies to anybody. When people know that you care about them, then they will care to listen to what you have to say. But if they don't think you care about them, they're not going to care about what you have to say about them unless they know you care about them. So, Crystal, thank you. Brother Yahweh's son, once again, on, you said, Instagram, and what's the other platform?
I'm on Apple Music as Yahweh Son. I'm on Spotify as Yahweh Son. And on Facebook, I'm just regular old Keith Burgess.
Right. And you got a channel here on YouTube, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what's the name? What the channel, so we can subscribe to your channel? What's the name of it?
So the channel is with my ministry. It's called No Blemish Ministry.
No Limits.
No Blemish.
No Blemish. I like that. No Blemish Ministry.
Yes,
I like that.
Yes,
I
sir.
like that.
Yes, sir.
And Brother Kendrick, March 29th in Ridgeville, give us that address one more time on your way out.
Crystal, give us the address on the. I know it's Gilliard Road.
It's 1116 Old Gilliard Road, Ridgeville, South Carolina 29472. It's going to be Favor Ministry. Apostle Johnny B. Capers.
Yeah, shout out to Apostle Capers. Capers.
Capers.
How do you pronounce their last name? Apostle Capers?
Capers.
Capers.
Yes.
I just want to make sure I got it right. Shout out to you, Apostle Capers. Thank you for being that vessel, allowing yourself to be a vessel to bless everybody. All right, listen, guys, thank you so much. Listen, you guys got a permanent home, so if we need to, a couple days before the event, we can come back on and give people updates. But hey, Brother Yahweh, keep doing what you're doing, man. And keep allowing God to use you as a vessel, because as my mother tells me, she said, Genie, when you allow God to use you as a vessel, your blessings will come down like raindrops from heaven. And I've seen that in my life. So thank you. Brother Kendrick, man, you know I love you, family. and,
All day, man.
And your other mother said, she said, God bless you all. Have a blessed weekend. And she'll say that special prayer for the young man, the young family that you've asked us to lift up and pray here in the West Ashley neighborhood of Charleston. We'll definitely send prayers up that way.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. All right. They do some great work. All right, listen. Shout out to everybody watching the show. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Chicago, 3:30 p.m. live on the West Coast. Tell everybody you know to subscribe to the channel, because I'm only a couple hundred, less than 300, about 260-ish new subscribers away from my media company getting a monthly check, getting monthly income from YouTube to support my media company and the Geno Jones Show. So spread the word. Tell everybody you know to subscribe and screen grab, rip some of the show, put it up, chop it up in a little video short here on YouTube or social media. Be sure to click on that thumbs up, like, binge watch all my back episodes. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. Please, in the comment section you see below, leave your comments in the comment section after you click that thumbs up. And the show is interactive when I'm on camera live. Please make sure that you are giving if you got a comment, a question, jump in, be a part of the show. It's interactive. Be a part of a live show, and we'll have a conversation. I'll have a conversation with you on camera. You'll be in the chat room, and I'll be on camera. All right. So shout out to the Crate Group, one of the sponsors of the Geno Jones Show. You just met the CEO, Kendrick Bannister, thecrategroup.org, CRATE group.org. The Crate Group on Facebook, and City Vibes, sponsors of the Geno Jones Show. The weekend is here. The ultimate adult night spot. Their all-day Sunday brunch. They have some of the hottest DJs in the low country. They got something going on 7 nights a week. St. Patrick's Day. So, we're going to all be Irish for the weekend and have a good time. So, 9730 Dorchester Road, City Vibes Bar and Lounge. Shout out to Corey and Kenya Williams, the owners. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. CITY, V like Victor, I, B like baby, E as City Vibes Bar and Lounge. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram or IG, KELBECUTTINUP. Kel be cutting up. And Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant to the Geno Jones Show. The official wardrobe consultant and stylist is one Allie Jones. Check out Allie Jones and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram, LX.NCL_LX.NCL_ and Bruce Gage. His Mario Uomo collection on Instagram, on IG, MARIO, Mario Uomo is spelled with a U, not a W. It's got the W sound. Mario Uomo, UOMO, MARIO, UOMO, or also Bruce Gage, GAGE on Facebook, and you can check out his Mario Uomo collection. Have a great weekend, everybody. Live Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Make it a binge watch weekend. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. Tell everybody you run into this weekend, talk to, text, group text to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show channel. As a matter of fact, send out a group text for me. Like everybody in your group, in your contacts, send like a mass text message. Tell them to come to YouTube. Just type in Geno Jones Show. And if they haven't done it, subscribe to the channel. And if they would like to financially make a contribution, if they'd like to support my media company and the channel, they can do it via Zelle. Just type in Geno Jones and then type in my area code 843. So Geno Jones on Zelle, type in 843 as an area code for my number, or you can go to Cash App, $, capital D, lowercase AD, capital GJ, lowercase ONES, $, Dad G Jones. I love you, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you live Monday, 6:30. In the meantime, just enjoy watching all my back episodes. If you missed any show this week, you've missed it. Must-see monologues. You got to check it out. So they have been on fire. And then let's talk about it. Leave your comments in the comments section for my episodes from earlier in the week. If you missed it, I'd love to hear your commentary. And we'll see you live 6:30 p.m. on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.